Have you ever wondered if there is something meaningful within you that you are meant to explore or share? Maybe you have spent years learning, exploring, taking courses, developing skills, or following different paths because there was something within you that kept drawing your attention. Maybe you have wondered, what am I really here to share? What is the value in what I know? Could something I love, something I've learned, or something that I have experienced actually become something meaningful for others? And sometimes, when we are looking for those answers, we start looking outside ourselves. Maybe we think we need one more certification, one more course, one more book, or one more thing that will finally make us ready. And learning can be a beautiful part of the journey. It expands us, it gives us new tools, it helps us grow and refine what we want to express. But what if the beginning is not about becoming someone new? What if it is about recognizing what has already been developing within you? What if some of what you are looking for has been there all along? Over the years, one thing I have noticed, both through my own journey and through working with others, is that we often spend so much time searching for what we are missing that we overlook what is already present. The things we know, the things we have learned, the experiences that have shaped us, the way we naturally connect with and support others. And often the things we overlook are the things that feel the most ordinary because they come naturally to us. We assume they are simple. We think, anyone can do that. This is just who I am. This is just something I enjoy. But sometimes those are the exact places where we begin to notice what we naturally bring forward. What you bring forward does not have to look one particular way. Maybe it is the way you listen and make people feel seen. Maybe it is your ability to notice connections or possibilities others may overlook. Maybe it is your creativity through art, writing, music, movement, design, or the way you create something beautiful. Maybe it is your ability to teach, organize, encourage, guide, or help someone understand something in a new way. Maybe it is a skill you have developed, a practice you have explored, a passion you keep returning to. Our expressions can take many forms, and they do not have to look like anyone else's. One thing I've learned in my own life is that the things we are drawn toward often leave clues. The questions we continue asking, the subjects we keep exploring, the things we return to again and again, the ideas we cannot quite let go of. Looking back, many of the things I have created and shared did not begin as a perfectly clear plan. They began as something I felt drawn toward, a curiosity, a desire to learn, a feeling that there was something meaningful there. I spent years studying natural healing because I was genuinely fascinated by it. I loved learning and understanding how different pieces connected. And if I'm honest, there was also a time when learning became about adding more proof, more reasons to feel ready, more reasons to trust myself. But eventually, I realized that learning was not creating something from nothing. It was helping me understand, deepen, and express something that was already meaningful to me. When something has genuinely supported us, when something has changed the way we see ourselves or our lives, it is natural to want to share that with others. That does not mean everyone will immediately understand it. Sometimes the things that matter deeply to us may be unfamiliar to others. When I began practicing and teaching Reiki and natural healing, there were many people who did not understand it or had never even heard of it. There were assumptions because it was something different from what people knew. But what mattered was not convincing everyone, It was knowing the value it had brought into my own life. And I think this is often where meaningful expression begins, not from trying to prove something, but from sharing something that has genuinely mattered to us. To me, this is one of the most important parts of recognizing what we carry. There is a difference between continuing to learn because we are inspired and continuing to learn because we do not believe we are enough yet. Growth matters, learning matters, practice matters. But we also need to recognize the value of what we've already gathered. Your experiences matter. Your perspective matters. The skills you have developed matter. The way you connect with others matters. Two people can study the same modality, take the same training, read the same books, and still create something completely different. Because they bring themselves into it, their life, their experiences, their personality, their way of understanding and sharing. So I invite you to reflect. What is something that has always been a part of you? Something you naturally do? Something people notice about you? Something you have learned through your own journey? What is something you have overlooked because it feels too familiar? What if that is not insignificant? What if that is a clue? Recognizing what you carry is the first step. From there comes learning to own it, to trust it, and eventually exploring how you may want to express it in a way that feels aligned with who you are. This journey is not about becoming someone else. It is about understanding yourself more deeply and discovering how your experiences, skills, passions, and perspective may become part of what you share. I created the Own and Share Your Unique Gifts guide as a companion for this journey. It is designed to support you in uncovering what you naturally carry, owning the value of your experiences and abilities, and taking practical steps toward exploring how you might share that in your own way. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.